go out every weekend. I'm sure we've made plenty of songs for that.
You are not only a creative director for Elevated, but you are also a rapper.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
I'm in my 20s, so about 18 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what, is there a style that you would say you lean towards, or a person that you might sound like?
I'm not sure. I think automatically people get the Lauryn Hill vibe, like that. I get that comparison a lot, but I only think that's because that's the only comparison they can refer to. I can't think of a person I sound like. I've also been compared to like male artists, but I don't get that either.
Interesting. What males have you been compared to?
I've gotten a Jay-Z, which I kind of feel. I've gotten an Andre 3000, but I think that I'm able to also, I think my style is very versatile.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
So who's inspired you? Would it be fair enough to say at least those artists did inspire you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Who else inspires you in hip hop?
When I started rapping, I was really influenced by Kirk Franklin. I liked him a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
That was my guy. Yeah, Kirk Franklin, Left Eye, Missy Elliott. Those are like my top three. I also wasn't allowed to listen to hip hop, so they were like the cleanest that I could get to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, Kirk Franklin, he did bring hip hop to gospel.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can see that. That is amazing.
Yeah.
I hope you get big just so you can say that.
I hope so too. I hope I meet him.
What about Genius? That was your last project, wasn't it?
Genius Evil.
Okay, Genius Evil. All right. What was your inspiration for that album?
Mark's Arrest.
Okay.
Mainly. I'd been working on the project for about 2 years, and so it was that summer that I started where I was interning at Elevated. So it started from there, and it was kind of, Genius Evil was supposed to be a joke, sort of like a kind of a comical album, like a very lighthearted album. My initial concept was to take a ton of like, I don't know, evil geniuses from like cartoons and movies, like very characterized evil geniuses, and kind of like do this like quick mixtape of all these people, like all these people saying these really absurd things, but like there's a level of truth to them. So it kind of developed from there, this idea of like the evil genius in our culture, or the evil person, the villain, is often misunderstood, and often only the villain because we've been told that they're the villain. The same way, we talk about police brutality now, like such an interesting concept that a group of people who are considered, I don't know, civil leaders or, peacekeepers, to be doing something as heinous as, brutalizing or violating the rights of other citizens. So this idea that, the contradiction there, the contrast between evil and genius, what does that mean to be good and evil, and what perspective does it, what perspective matters when it comes to it. So over the course of that summer, with Mark's Arrest, it became more and more about politics. It became more about social issues. The album became more about really just like American culture as a whole.
What was one of the most fun songs that you've made?
On the album?
That album, maybe a past album, period.
For every album I'll do, or for every project, I'll do a song called Monsters. When I first started rapping, there's a mixtape that I had called Band Geeks and Art Freaks, and Monsters on that was a very silly thing. I set it up to be from the perspective of like classical monsters in movies, like Frankenstein, what is it, the Wolfman, Loch Ness, or forgot the other one, Swamp Thing. And from there it just progressed into like the concept of a monster. So the most fun song, or I guess series of songs, has been Monsters, just to see how it's progressed, and then I can always look back on each project to hear how I sound. So like Monsters from Band Geeks and Art Freaks was very like, I don't know, very softer of me, and then Monsters on this last project, Genius Evil project, was a very I don't know, a very darker concept, like a more more conceptual, more based on, I don't know, social society. There are some instances where I don't want to do music anymore, but I think that to a degree it's just in my nature to do music. Like I've tried like quitting rapping for a long time. I think I said one year that I'm not gonna rap anymore. I was just gonna take a break. And
you are Jay-Z.
Yeah. And I came back with Kingdom Come. No. It's funny because that period of time is when Genius Evil came out. Like that was the summer that I said I was gonna stop rapping because I needed to focus on graphic design, and I also felt like it wasn't getting anywhere. And then that project came out of nowhere, sort of. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So music is necessary for you. In a sense.
Yeah. Whether from any perspective, producing to writing to just, I don't know, like writing stories. I really like storytelling. I think that's one of the biggest things. So maybe it's not music so much as it is just telling a story.
Well, daddy left me in the jungle. Told me mind my business, I'm searching for trouble. Red shirt, dirty overalls, muddy your knuckles. Knuckle lash for a square block to get hot as a sign of sandbox. Tipping around the edges and fall on the lava. Me and my people bagging niggas for practical targets. A couple chicken heads was clucking, adjusting their garments. Garbage, tumbleweeding off the stoop. Couple junkies under jungle gyms who tweaking off the juice. Got heads and ply holes and pills and cracked rocks. A girl from a good home and boys from the bad blocks. And now she out with Peter Piper picking your padlocks. Bottle popping partners in the schoolyard backdrop. Puberty, Scarface, the pimples connect dots. The boy bully came back, BBs and lunchbox on some load, aim fire with his Oshkosh hat cocks. Hella hit the kindergartner who hit the floor, ricocheted off another sucker, another open source.